This is culturally inappropriate.
Right back at you again. It's your boy Big Truck. Hey, conversation and reviews. Shout out to my man OK Rick. Grab your shoulder pads and your helmet and peep this out.
The hell with CNN.
And by the way, I never went to the island, and Bill Clinton went there supposedly 28 times. I never went to the island, but Larry Summers, I hear, went there. He was the head of Harvard. And many other people that are very big people. Nobody ever talks about them. I never had the privilege of going to his island. And I did turn it down, but a lot of people in Palm Beach were invited to his island. In one of my very good moments, I turned it down. I didn't want to go to his island. Yeah.
President Trump says he never visited Jeffrey Epstein's private island. Listen.
I never had the privilege of going to his island. And I did turn it down, but a lot of people in Palm Beach were invited to his island. In one of my very good moments, I turned it down. I didn't want to go to his island.
Yeah, buddy, we kind of covered this yesterday, but it just gets worse and worse and worse as things continue for the fake news media, CNN.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct.
Not just fake news, but bullshit. Everybody's having that bullshit. Now that the government is back open, the Democrats are crashing out. They trying to pull punches left and right and left. They're trying to do any and everything. You know how it goes. Try to assassinate your character. When you don't play ball, when you go against them, when you expose them. But that's why we say here at the King's Table, do your research. Look into things instead of looking at things. Sometimes certain things aren't always what they appear to be.
And, the mainstream media. And again, I told y'all, be ready, man. They're going to be retracting words, taking stuff back, scared of lawsuits, I'm telling y'all, man. They don't have any evidence to back up their claims. People just get up there with their Trump derangement syndrome and running that mouth. Good luck. But now, look, CNN so terrified of getting crushed in court, they're now scrambling to fully clear President Trump of any Epstein-related wrongdoing.
Exactly. They're going to find any way. Number one, they spun the narratives. Okay? Because Trump will sue your ass with the quickness. Now, CNN is going back. Okay, let's start revealing some truths here so that we can save our ass from a lawsuit. But the damage has already been done. The same fingers that you use to point at this man is pointing right back at you.
Look, I played this at the beginning of the show for a reason. Look.
That mentioned the president. And we do want to be clear, the president, Trump, did not receive or send any of the messages, which largely predated his time as president. He's not been accused of any criminal wrongdoing in connection with Epstein or Maxwell. The White
Man, I told y'all, let everything play out.
That wasn't the story because I covered it. That wasn't what was said before. Something totally different was said before. Like my man Rick said, let things play out. All the things that have been in the dark is starting to come to light. Stay tuned.
Same with everything that's going on. It's only been 10 months. Let everything play out. I know you're not happy with this. You might love this. You might love that the administration did this. You might not like that did this. You might not like that Pam Bondi did that and that they had people out there holding up a binder and a photo op. But let everything play out, y'all. And I tell you, the truth might actually be exposed in broad daylight. The truth will prevail, I believe. Just let everything play out, But it ain't looking good for CNN as it always. It just never looks good for CNN, Especially when they bring this mess on. Look when they bring this clown on. Look.
This is an email from April 2nd, 2011. Republicans are saying that victim is Virginia Giuffre. As you know, she died by suicide. She's been a very outspoken victim of Jeffrey Epstein. Here's the email right here on your screen. She wrote a book, as you know, and she did not accuse him of any wrongdoing. What do you make of that? And can you confirm that?
Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, it's redacted who the victim is, so I won't necessarily.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct.
Miss Jasmine Crockett, now you don't know? But you made that shit perfectly clear last week, 2 weeks ago, less than a week ago, when Trump announced that the government would be opening back up, with y'all Democrat asses had a problem. But see, again, now she's sitting there looking stupid. Now all of a sudden, you got dementia. Now all of a sudden, you have amnesia. You know what you said when you said what you said. You just didn't like the fact that the other person reminded you of what you said. Let's get it.
Take the Republicans' word on who it is that's redacted. And I don't know why they would necessarily redact someone's name who is deceased at this point.
The Democrats did that, though. The Democrats redacted.
No. I understand, okay, but I'm just saying, like, our biggest concern is to actually.
No, you don't understand. Because you said it. You don't understand. She called you out. But you got fired too, Crockett. You rocket, socket, hot thought pocket. Let's go.
Make sure that we are protecting victims. And obviously, she wrote a book. She told her truth.
Walk that. All you could do is play the clip, man. The clip speak for themselves, man. It all speaks for itself, you know.
Meeting today,
Republicans on Capitol Hill.
It all speaks for itself. You know, it all speaks for itself. There, and all people are going to post this. There it is. There it is. You know.
Ben?
I wish you guys gave this much thought and much obsession over this when Joe Biden was president. I wish you were asking for this much transparency when it wasn't about attacking the president of the United States of America and to score political points. I wish you guys cared about the victims as much as you care about trying to attack Donald Trump. When CNN's own reporting says, and I quote, the woman who is the survivor literally accused Democrats, not Republicans, of hiding her name because she had not alleged Trump to have done anything wrong.
You're talking about Virginia Giuffre,
correct,
who we just talked about.
What person you think, who else they was talking about? You knew who they was talking about. You knew it. Could it be alleged, my observation, could it be that you have a large number of the Democratic Party that was there and that was involved in some sneaky, smokery activity? I don't know, just a thought. Because they trying real hard to cover up their tracks. And it's quite odd how they are quick to throw flame on Trump. Like Trump always says, I want the smoke.
And my point is,
she died by, just to be clear, she died by suicide.
But
so that was
she
before
accused Democrats when she was alive, her words, of hiding her name because she had not alleged Trump to have done anything wrong. That is how sick and partisan this has become. You guys didn't care about the victims. You didn't care about anything else. And now you're saying, well, maybe Donald Trump knew of a crime and maybe didn't report it. That's just straight up slander and libel.
No, that's not slander and libel.
You're telling the. You just said that the president.
I let you finish.
Watched the crime.
You turn that glove. Turn that glove inside out.
One thing up.
Again, shout out to Ben Ferguson. What an amazing take on CNN. You know. I know, again, y'all, it's gotten to this point where it's just ignorance now, you know, and this is why people, they're saying, I'm done with it. People are sick of the ignorance, you know? Because then you got the people over here that'll just say anything because they just simply hate the man and go with anything. And also say once you see them calling Trump a pedo, that they're saying this and that, and to whatever you believe and whatever you think, that's fine, But it has to be facts over feelings. Simple.
So many individuals are going off this perception of what they see, have heard against Trump. No matter how you spin it, no matter how you look at it, it always comes back to Trump is not going to fold. Trump is not going to play ball. Period. Trump is for what is right. Trump stands for what is right. All right, let's go.
And the things that y'all are saying, you don't have anything to back it up. And we've seen what's already put out there. And yeah, you might not like this about the administration. You might not like how they came out with this or that, or what Pam Bondi did, or Kash Patel, and and what they said this and what they promised. But let everything play out. It's only been 10 months. And we've seen what's already come out about all this. And I told you, it's only going to get worse, especially for these Democrats, as they try to pull every tooth and nail. But I'm hoping everything comes out, because the truth is going to set people free, man. It's going to set a lot of people free, boy. A lot of people free.
Connected to convicted. New details this morning. Hundreds of new pages have been unsealed in a lawsuit connected to convicted pedophile Jeffrey Epstein. The victim alleges that former President Clinton pressured Vanity Fair not to run a story on Epstein. The pages also shed new light on how Epstein's victims were recruited and what happened to them. CNN's Gene Cesaris joins us now. And Gene, we're talking about 900 pages here, so there's a lot to go through. What new details have come out?
Well, they came out last night, combing through them. And, this all stems from a 2015 civil suit brought by Virginia Giuffre against Ghislaine Maxwell. And Virginia Giuffre had wanted her story to come out. She wanted a book. And so she became very close with a reporter out of Britain. And this reporter was encouraging her to go to the Vanity Fair magazine, to have them do an article on it. And here is what, in a newly undisclosed email from 2011, here's what Virginia Giuffre says.
Another thing that came to my mind, okay? They said that she deleted herself. Question, are you sure she deleted herself? Or that other people from the other side deleted her, have her deleted? It raises an eyebrow because of all the information that she has and what she shared in her book. It's just something that came to my mind. Like I said, we rule out nothing, but we put all things on the table and talk about it as adults.
As considering that B. Clinton walked into VF, Vanity Fair, and threatened them not to write.
January 2024. CNN reports that according to in a 2011 email written by Virginia, Bill Clinton had stopped VR from writing article on Epstein. Exactly. 0 politicians cared about this story last year. 0 politicians care now. We're just going to expose it in broad daylight, y'all.
In another email, the prominent accusers who died by suicide in April and wrote in her book about how her father worked as a maintenance worker at Mar-a-Lago, and when Wolf about Donald Trump, saying that he had asked Epstein to resign his membership at Mar-a-Lago. Epstein wrote then and said, Trump said he asked me to resign, never a member ever. Of course he knew about the girls, as he asked Ghislaine to stop. That appears to be a reference to Maxwell recruiting employees at
person. Does that include Virginia Jeffrey?
I don't know. I think she worked at the spa. I think so. I think that was one of the people. Yeah. He stole her.
That damn Trump. Yeah.
In another email.
It's good to see our president, man. So much slander and so much Trump derangement syndrome. I tell you, it's good to see our president every single day. We actually know who's running the country.
What I want to know is why nobody said nothing about this.
Sentimental stuff. I want to start by thanking Harvey Weinstein for organizing this amazing day. This is possible because of Harvey. He is a wonderful human being.
Wonderful.
Good.
Nobody ain't said nothing now, huh? Crickets. Y'all see this? Let me know what y'all think.
Friend and just a powerhouse. We are here because of you.
How buddy Michelle Obama and Harvey Weinstein was. You see Whoopi over there. You see Obama and your man, huh? Everybody was quiet when this happened. Look how buddy she was with this guy. Oh, y'all was there because of Harvey, huh? Right. Y'all was so close with this guy. Y'all love this guy so much that Barack said, hey, let my daughter work intern for this guy.
Yeah, crickets. So, again, certain things are being exposed left and right and left. Let me know what y'all think.
After all these sick rumors that's been going around the industry for 30 years, it'll be a smart idea for me to let my precious little daughter work intern for this sicko. And then when the news came out, you tried to act all disgusted. I'm disgusted. Yeah. Oh, you didn't know? You didn't know they were saying that about Harvey Weinstein all these years in the industry? Oprah, none of them told you this? Her buddy, they never heard nothing about him?
And you wonder why they want to silence those that know what they know. Because those that know what they know is exposing those. Okay.
Everybody else did, but they didn't, huh? Sure. Yeah, I believe you.
I am convinced of something at this point. I am convinced that President Trump is right and was right when he said that the mainstream media hates America and hates our country. And let me tell you how I came to this observation. I have watched this man go to different countries and they have received him with open arms, red carpet, respect. I saw a lady today on one of the news clips or social media.
That is so true. This man get red carpet treatment. This man go to other countries and get shown love. What's really going on with the United Snakes of America? Let's continue.
Clips in Saudi Arabia say that President Trump was speaking and she could have listened to him for hours, and that he touched on every subject that needed to be touched on that was critical to a strong partnership and good investment in both countries. He has a plan. I've heard other countries, I've heard people in China say they respect him, even the cartel. It was one of the news stations, the mainstream media left-wing news stations that interviewed a cartel member and was like, how do you feel about Trump calling your organization a terrorist organization? The man came on and said, I respect Trump. Obviously, he cares about his country. He said,
again, this is what they don't want you to know. This is the untold truth. The news media, they know, but they're not telling it because of the agenda. We don't want to expose the good things that Trump has done or is doing. We want to expose the bad so that the more people will turn against Trump, that would help the Democrat Party, because the Democrat Party is done.
the issue is we have consumers in America, so we can't stop. Listen, here's my point. Everybody else knows that this guy is a good president. They know he's a great leader. They know that he's turning things around for the better, and they know he is America first. But when he comes home to his own country, they treat him like a dog. A pure dog. And it's a shame. And I'm watching the mainstream media.
Damn. That sound like how a large number of black men are treated by a large number of black women. They get treated like a dog. But soon as that black man goes outside of his race and deals with another woman from another community, he get treated like a king. He's respected. He's loved, wanted, needed. They do good things for him, and in return, he does good things for her. But whoa, let it be a modern black woman. Get treated like trash on the street. Isn't that a coincidence?
Lie on him. I mean, they treat this man like a dog. Even government heads, rhinos. I'm watching the Democrats know that mostly every decision this man is making is good for the country. But they want to keep the division going to make our country jacked up. Everybody else loves and respects the man. But when he's here in America, he's treated like pure trash. It's a shame. Listen, I stand with you, President Trump. Keep going. I'd vote for you 1,000 times. Don't worry about these people. Jesus had haters too. Go America!
She hit this one on the head.